everybody, Katy Perry went to space. Isn't it cool? She floated above the earth, holding a flower, and took a selfie. And the caption read, "Sorry I'm in space, peasants." That's not parody. That's the simulation glitching in real time. The empire is collapsing. Politically, financially, spiritually, culturally. And these elites, they're cosplaying as rebels while flying to fucking space on the backs of everybody else. This is what empowerment looks like now. A billionaire-sponsored pop icon role-playing revolutionary from a zero-gravity day spa. This whole shit is just like dripping with anti-charisma. You can feel it. Everybody can feel it. It's not power, it's a panic flex. It's like a pathetic, craven, desperate attempt to signal like status and wokeness. Like, go girl power, but instead it just reveals total frame collapse. Do you ever like look at somebody and think like, what even is that? Like their entire personality is just marketing. There's no center, no soul, it's just PR. I've been around people like this. I mean, hell, I've seen people I know turn into this. This is what happens when you fully sell your soul to the simulation. And don't get shit twisted. If you're not careful, this is you in 5 years. Meanwhile, you're still running around trying to be like normal and polite and accepted, hoping randoms like you, while the rich are leaving the fucking planet and calling you peasants on the way out. You think charisma is about like charm or fitting in? No. In a dying empire, charisma is frame control. It's rebellion. It's power that doesn't flinch. These fucks are up there floating in like Bezos space cosplay with flower crowns and dead eyes. We're down here building something real, something raw. You know, you want power? You don't need a spacesuit. You need a spine. So what is frame control? Simple. It's holding your reality when everybody else is waiting to be told what to think. It's not pretending to be alpha. It's not some mental trick you picked up from a fucking TikTok. It's walking into chaos, holding center, and bending the room to your tempo. Look, man, I didn't learn this shit on a mic with like a neon hustle sign behind me. I learned this shit drunk, outnumbered, in the trenches for 2 decades, where real energy lives and fake shit dies. You're talking about tariffs? There should be 1,000% tariff on fucking podcast equipment. Every time another one of these motherfucking meat puppets buys a Shure mic to talk about frame, God kills a neuron. Frame isn't what you say, it's what your nervous system is broadcasting. It's not confidence, it's not, I belong here, but like this shit is mine. Most of you never hold a real frame in your life. You perform confidence until it cracks. You scan for micro signals. Like, did they like that? Did I go too far? You're reacting to the vibe, you're not leading it. And in a collapsing world, that shit gets you deleted. You think you're expressing yourself. You're not. You're doing PR, okay? You're optimizing for applause in a room full of people who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. So let me ask you something. Can you walk into a venue where nobody knows you, take 10 hard fucking L's in a row, and still be glowing like you just hit the lottery? Can you get booed? Can you get laughed at? Can you get ignored and still not give a fuck? If not, you don't have frame. What you have is like fragile branding. Everybody wants the throne, right? Nobody wants the scars. Real charisma is born in humiliation, in rejection, in silence, and the choice to keep going anyway. That's what the fuck we do, right? While they're arguing online about what status means, we're out here creating it from fucking scratch, in real time, in real places, with real human beings, okay? Not in some podcast studio where I've gathered together a carefully curated group of dumbass hoes and right-wing grifters to farm rage bait. Frame control, it's not a concept. It's an earned aura. It's what happens when your insides don't flinch anymore. And when you've been tested, like really fucking tested, you start to radiate something that the simulation cannot fake. You become a gravitational force, because in this fake-ass world, real doesn't need permission. It just walks in and reprograms the whole fucking shit. And if that's not you yet, stop calling it potential. Call it what it is, wasted fucking time. You have been stuck, you've been overthinking, you've been watching other people live the life that you want, scared to take up space, scared to just be seen. Meanwhile, your window is closing. You know it. You're getting older. You're getting more scared. You're getting more tired. You're getting more invisible. You are running out of time to become who you were supposed to be. It's like, you want frame? You want gravity? Click the link in the fucking description. Book the call. Show up. I'll take you out into the real world here, out of your head, out of the simulation, and into presence. We burn off the hesitation, okay? We rip the brakes out of your nervous system. We rebuild your charisma from the ground up. And what happens after that? Quite frankly, everything, right? Sales calls are gonna hit different. First impressions are gonna land harder. You just, quite frankly, you're gonna get more yeses, right? More money, more power. Because when you own your presence, people give you things. Charisma pays. But of course, none of that happens if you keep scrolling. Look, you already know what happens if you don't. The only question is, what happens if you do? Click the link, heal your life, okay? So if you want to build frame, here's where it starts. First off, you got to move first, think later. You know, you've been trained to wait for the perfect moment. You hesitate, you calculate, you plan. And by the time that you finally act, the window's gone, right? The vibe's already dead. And you're back in your head, hating yourself for it once again. Fuck that shit. Motion creates emotion. Frame doesn't come from like thinking, it comes from momentum. You see someone, go talk to them. Not when it feels safe, but before the fear kicks in. Just get the fucking words out. Keep talking. Let your nervous system catch up to the decision your soul already made. That's how you override the hesitation reflex permanently. Now, secondly, you want to build social inertia, okay? One approach doesn't build a frame. 10 in a row does. You build inertia the same way you build a fire, okay? You feed it kindling. You give it oxygen. You don't stop moving. Every single interaction you have sharpens your presence. Every awkward moment thickens your skin. Every rejection is like a rep you're doing. Don't wait for the perfect one. You're not qualified for perfect yet. Just go, go, go. Number 3, amuse yourself. And this is the unlock. You know, most people are out there to entertain, to trying to be impressive or perform for people, win them over. No. Charisma, it's not about trying to please others. It's about broadcasting your own pleasure first, right? You laugh first. You enjoy the moment first. You don't need their reaction. You're already lit. And guess what? When you stop trying to be funny and actually start being amused, you become the funniest person in the room. And why is that? Because people are starving for realness. And nothing's more magnetic than somebody who's already having fun without needing anything from you. Number 4, hold the tension. And this is the real test, okay? Not if you can be loud or clever or confident when it's easy, but if you can stay centered when it's hard. Pause. Like when you get interrupted, when somebody tests you, when you say some out-of-pocket shit and the whole room goes quiet. Do you hold or do you fold? Frame is forged in these moments, not in your comfort zone, in the chaos. So the next time you feel your tension rising up inside you, good. Breathe, smile, stay open. That's how you signal, I'm not scared of this shit, I was made for it. So you built the base, you got motion, you got momentum, you're self-amusing, you're holding tension. What comes next? This is where you bend reality, okay? When your frame gets strong enough, people stop questioning you and they start syncing up to you. You actually become the reference point. Your energy, it becomes contagious, okay? Your tone sets the whole vibe. Your presence shifts the atmosphere around you. It's like magic. In real time. You're a wizard, Harry. That's not confidence, that's not game, that's influence. And it shows up everywhere. In your relationships, you stop chasing validation, right? You stop trying to pander to people just to get chosen. You stop walking on eggshells, waiting for permission to be real. Basically, you're bringing the truth. You walk into a room and the whole vibe shifts. They lean in and they don't even know why. And why is it? Why is that happening? Because you're no longer trying to win people over. You've already chosen yourself. That's the difference, all right? That's the difference between likable and magnetic. And in your money game, you start getting offers you didn't even ask for. You become the person that people want to work with. opportunities just start multiplying. Why? Because every serious decision maker is subconsciously scanning for one thing: who can lead energy, right? And if that's you, they give you the role, they give you the deal, they give you the fucking bag, right? No pushy tactics, just presence. That's why Frame makes you money. It don't matter your job title, charisma prints checks. You walk into a meeting grounded, sharp, decisive, people say yes. Why is that? Not because you sold them, because your vibe says, I've already decided. You can join me or you don't. That's leadership. In your life, you stop being emotionally hijacked by every fucking little thing. You know, you're not fragile, you're not spiraling. You don't fold when people disagree with you or talk shit. You feel everything, but you don't flinch. You become the one that they call when shit hits the fan. Not because you're like loud or obnoxious or crazy, but because you're just real. So yeah, frame control starts with cold approaches and awkward conversations, with saying what you actually think, but it ends in something quite different. Quiet power, unshakable energy, a life that feels designed, not default. That's what we're building. You know, at some point, you stop looking for the edge and you realize you are the edge. You stop waiting to be chosen and you start broadcasting something raw, something real, and something undeniable. You know, people feel it before you even open your fucking mouth. And that's when the world starts to bend. Not because it owes you shit, but because you finally stopped flinching. Because you finally stopped playing this character and started being the signal. Again, charisma, it's not a mask you put on. It's just what happens when your soul stops asking for permission. This is how you rewrite reality. Not with scripts, but with presence that cannot be faked. And in a dying empire, you become the new center of gravity. So, you know, if you're still watching this and you haven't clicked the little link in the description yet, let me break it down for you like you're 5 years old. Click, book the call, show up. That's it, all right? We don't do maybe, we don't do someday, we don't do another round of YouTube videos and journaling your dreams into the void. We do results in real life with real people and real fucking power. This is your shot, okay? This is your doorway. This is the version of you who walks into the room and owns it. That person is already inside of you.
Mardi Gras boot camp, fucking 1,000 out of 10. It was the best thing, the funnest thing, and the most exciting thing that I've done in my entire adulthood. It was fucking phenomenal. The two coaches that were there went extremely in depth with everything and taught me fucking everything I need to know to get where I want to be. It is worth the money. You're getting a lot of feedback and a lot of knowledge. Great people. It was a really fucking fun time. I had a great time. I learned a lot. And thank you, Jeffy. Thank you, Bryce. It's been real. Till next time.